day, everybody. Welcome to the KUAM Podcast Network and Nurse Jenn Explains. And this is my first time on the show.
Yay! Hey, we got rid of Jason. No, just kidding.
Girls' night.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're here to talk about dengue fever. I know, there are some cases that have been confirmed on Guam, but the point of this show really is not to create a panic, but just to provide awareness and just to start off so people understand that dengue fever is not a communicable disease. It's not something, right, that can be passed on from person to person.
Dang, you could be a nurse, Bree. Good
Yeah.
job. She's absolutely right. She's reporting accurate data. Absolutely. Welcome, everybody. We're so glad you joined us tonight. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify, we appreciate you hanging out with us today. So today we just wanted to give some information. That's it, right? That's all we wanted to do. All right. So it's been 75 years since Guam has seen a case of, Uncle Ken says dengue.
My mom.
What does your mom say?
My mom says dengue.
Yeah, okay. So since
Sorry,
it's
Mom,
been 75 years since dengue or dunny or whatever, we haven't seen it in 75 years, and then coincidentally on 911, right? 911, we got our first case at Agata Middle School.
Well, yeah, the student attended that school, and then they sprayed Agata and Pago.
Because DOE is awesome.
Yeah.
They took care of their faculty. They took care of their students. They wanted to make sure that no other student got it. So kudos to DOE.
Right, and also they went out to where the student lives and sprayed.
I did not know that.
Yeah, within a 200-meter radius, I understand. So they sprayed homes there, and then of course we heard there was the other confirmed case in Dedito, and so we're just waiting for more information from the Joint Information Center. I know they're extremely busy, and we actually wanted Jenna Bloss on today's show, but she had so many meetings, so hopefully we'll get her on another show to explain and talk to everyone a little bit more about dengue fever. But just for now, Nurse Jenn, as I mentioned earlier, it's not a communicable disease. Dengue fever is only transmitted from an infected mosquito.
Yeah, those nasty mosquitoes.
Yeah, I know.
I hate mosquitoes and gnats. And mosquitoes. I'm like, So the two things I hate on Guam, but yeah, we're absolutely right. It's the mosquitoes and it's the infected mosquito. And so public health is awesome, and GIC, they put out all these educational awarenesses as to how you can prevent it from getting in your own house, right?
Yeah.
And so we'll go over some of those things. How do you prevent it at your own house? Because we all have water dwellings somewhere, right?
I
do too.
Trash cans.
Right, and then we're so lazy. We just stay in our little nice aircon house, and we don't ever want to walk out and do it. So I guess it's a popular thing. I don't have this, but I guess a lot of us locals, we have just tires at the house outside.
Yeah, I don't have any tires.
I don't have any tires either.
Yeah, I think there are people that.
But that was like the big selling point. If you have a lot of tires, I'm like, oh, who just has tires?
Yeah. And
I think it's all the Chamorro guys, right? They have the 10 broken cars on the side of the house, and then they have all the tires that go with it, right? So at least once a week, they want you to, if you have tires, I guess drain the water.
Toys. Anywhere, right, that puddles water, or you have to get rid of like standing water, because that is where
they breed and they
breed,
live, and then they're good to go. Any leaking faucets, they want you to repair those. The bathroom, if your toilet water is leaking, they want you to fix that one too. GWA is pretty good about saying they think you have a leak, though. Have you had that? I had that.
Yeah, very, very good. And I've had like the back billing.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I didn't even know my daughter's toilet was leaking. They don't tell me, Mom, there's water all over. And then we get this note from GWA that says, we think you must have something leaking because your water bill's double the price. And then I was like, do we have any? And then my daughters are like, oh, Mom, by the way, for the last month, there's water all around our toilet. Really, when were you two girls going to tell me? So we found the culprit, and we got a guy to come out and fix it. And so some of the recommendations, they want you to use your aircon instead of lanyard. I have 8 aircons and 4 are broken. Lanyard.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
So The only ones that work are the one in the room, because that's the most
Right,
important,
yeah.
right? So the ones in the living room don't work, and da-da-da-da. So they want you to turn your AC on, so that then prevents you from opening the door and opening the windows, and then the mosquitoes flying into your house. What are some other recommendations they have for us?
I think they were recommending that you get mesh, like 20 by 20 mesh or 20 by 30 mesh, and put them on your doors and your windows. And if you do already have mesh on your window, make sure there's no holes because the mosquitoes will fly right through.
Yes.
So that's some things that you can do. There's also if you have a pet, an indoor pet, and to keep their bowls clean, change out the water frequently. What else? I'm trying to think. What
Clothes.
Else
Bree is showing too much skin.
I
ladies and-
know.
She's
She's dressed appropriately.
Yeah, look at me, Catholic girl right here. This one, I don't know what church she goes to, but
Bad breed.
I'm going to church today in my long sleeve. I have pants on. So another recommendation.
Wait. I got pants on.
Okay. So another recommendation is when you're outside, they want you to wear long sleeve shirts, preferably light color shirts. They want you to wear long pants, right? Just cover kind of all the skins areas so that you're not exposed to that mosquito that wants to eat you alive, right? And then spraying. We have some recommendations. What type of spray should we buy? DEET. DEET. That, I'm sure that's probably really expensive and we can't get it from the dollar store. What do you think?
No, can't. I even had to call my mom. I was like, Mom, can you get me some
DEET?
Or some
from Vegas, right? From Vegas, right.
That's when she was
Oh,
like,
we don't sell this on
Dengue?
Guam? DEET's not on Guam?
No,
I don't
I'm
even
just talking
know.
about like some of the repellents and some of the things
Yeah.
to prevent from being bitten by a mosquito.
So DEET, I know for a fact because I have an uncle that hunts in the States. He's a hunter. He hunts deer. All of it, right? I'm not into that stuff. But if you are, yay for you. But DEET is super strong. So when you're out there hunting in the wildlife, it's going to really protect you from the mosquito bites. So DEET, I'm sure it's very expensive also. So DEET is one of the #1 recommendations. While you're out there in the sun and you're hunting or you're boonie stomping or you're in a hash and you're running naked, some of you run naked, right? So you want to make sure that you first apply sunscreen, right? So sunscreen's the first thing, and then DEETs will be second. So always because sometimes people will put the DEETs on first, and then the sunscreens. Sunscreen's first, DEETs is second, and then that DEETs is on top of the sunscreen to protect you from the mosquito bites. Yeah. So we love that. What other recommendations do we have?
Well, this is interesting you said that because today I actually sent my son to school.
Okay. Why
and I
wouldn't
made
you?
sure
What school does your son go to?
He goes to St. Anthony's, but
Okay.
I am that mom. So
Okay.
I put on the insect repellent on him, even though he had a long sleeve shirt because it was body change day.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I'm like, give me hands, okay? You put it all.
No.
put it all
The
over you."
symptoms for dengue fever are real. We're not playing. So
Yeah.
you're a good mommy.
Okay.
I applaud you for that. And kids don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be times like I'll see my daughter and she'll have a welt like this big, and I'm like, girl, I think the mosquito sucked on you for like 40 minutes. Did you not notice? We're like,
Didn't feel
it's
it.
like this big.
Yeah.
And they're like, I didn't feel anything, Mom. I'm like, oh my goodness, girl. So no, I think you're a good mom because I don't think they pay attention to those little details that they're too busy having fun or too busy talking to their friends or whatever, right? So good job, Mom. So you sprayed your boy, right?
did.
How old's your
I
boy now?
He's 9. Oops. He's 9. He's gonna be 10 next month.
Aww,
So, yeah,
how
trying to
cute.
figure
They're
out-
still cute at 9.
And I'm trying to figure out what am I gonna do for his birthday because now that I think of it, because we were thinking about a water slide, so now I might have to change
do it.
plans.
Yeah.
So
What else can we do?
I don't know, something that's
Yeah, I don't know either, but yeah, I
still have
probably
time.
wouldn't until all this
Is cleared up.
I would probably wait just a little bit because we just got our second case.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the mosquitoes are breeding with the other ones, and are we all hanging out?
I'm actually interested to see the Division of Environmental Health. I know they're out there in the community, and I think they're trying to catch some of these mosquitoes where these locally infected cases are, and just run some tests because as I understand, the particular mosquito that you see in like where the outbreaks are in Philippines, Palau, and I believe Marshall Islands.
You're absolutely correct.
Right.
That is exactly where they're
They
at.
they
Yes.
carry the dengue virus, but
Yes.
not here on Guam. So I think we have like the Asian tiger, if I can remember correctly. I know Julius has done a slew of stories on this, but yeah, I want to know what kind of mosquito is infected with this dengue virus. Do we have? Is it called Aegis aegypti?
Gosh, I don't even
Mosquito.
know.
Yeah.
Not that,
So anyway, that
specific.
particular mosquito, what mosquito was carrying this dengue virus? So hopefully we can get
I think that's the theory, though,
Okay.
right? That somebody brought it in from one of those
Well,
islands.
there were-
Is because they were saying Guam hasn't had it in 75 years.
How did it get
So
here?
they're saying somebody from one of the outer islands probably brought it here. Did you
No,
hear
I
that?
don't- Well, I mean, there were some confirmed cases on Guam, but they came from where these outbreaks were, as I understand it. But in terms of the locally
Yes, that's what I heard.
confirmed case-
I heard the same thing. Yes.
Yeah, but in terms of the locally confirmed case, I think they were trying to figure out how did they get infected, what mosquito,
Mhm.
bit them. So, I mean, that of course will probably come out. I don't know, hopefully soon, so we all kind of know.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, even though there were the cases in Dededo and in Manilao, public health, they've been stressing in the Joint Information Center, Jenna Bloss, that everyone should be taking these preventative measures because it affects the entire community and you just really don't know. So
And I totally agree with you. And the people that are greatest at risk. So let's talk about the people that
Okay.
are greatest at risk. And these are people that have a compromised immune system. So if you're on dialysis, because we have, I don't know how many dialysis units do we have here on Guam now? We have 6, 7? We have a lot of dialysis units on Guam. So if you've been diagnosed with end-stage renal disease and you're currently receiving peritoneal dialysis or hemodialysis, your immune system's compromised. And so you're one of the individuals we don't want outside lingering where a mosquito could possibly bite you and infect you. Cancer patients, your immune system is also weakened. So we want to make sure that you are taking the proper precautions to protect yourself against dengue fever. And so if you have been told by a physician that whatever your diagnosis is, because you could be a healthy person with lupus or you could be a sicker person with lupus. You could be a healthy person with multiple sclerosis or you could be a sicker person with multiple sclerosis. So if your physician has clearly said to you that your immune system is compromised, it's weakened, you're somebody that I would highly recommend that you kind of stay indoors in the air conditioning and refrain from outdoor activities, going to the beach until we resolve this issue. I'm not saying forever and ever. Don't go boonie stomping. Don't go to the beach. I'm just saying right now because your immune system's a little bit weakened, your WBCs are a little bit low. Let's just stay away for a little while until we figure out, and because we don't want you to be a statistic. We want you to, weather that. So people with a weakened immune system, I just highly recommend until we figure out all the bells and the whistles of this dengue fever. If you just stay indoors and in the. Anyways, who doesn't like being in the aircon?
Yeah.
Right?
I wish we had aircon in
I know, right? I'm about sweating right now, so I'm about to not be Catholic anymore and take it off because it's kind of hot in here.
But what about let's talk about the symptoms of dengue fever.
Yes, absolutely. So the principal symptoms of dengue fever is a fever. That's why it's called dengue fever. It's a high fever, right? And we're not rocket scientists. Not rocket scientists there. Typically, you also have a severe headache. So a lot of people with hypertension might think their headache is from their high blood pressure, but it's if you have a fever with a headache, it's not probably hypertension, right? Severe pain behind the eyes, joint pain, muscle pain, bone pain. Actually, your whole body is just like everything hurts, Jen. Even my ears hurt, my eyes hurt. So we've heard like they're saying like everything on my body hurts. So if you have full body pain, that's another one. And then maybe some mild bleeding around your nose or your gums area. And these are typically the classic initial signs and symptoms of dengue fever. our goal is, if you have these initial ones, that we address this and take care of it before you go into something called DHF. DHS is dengue hemorrhagic fever, DHF. So now you're internally bleeding.
Oh.
And now we got to hospitalize you, right? So with the initial symptoms that we discuss, a high fever, headaches, pain, body pains, you typically can take care of that yourself at home. The pain, you can take Aleve, ibuprofen, right? But once we get to the point where you're diagnosed with DHF, you're having persistent vomiting, severe abdominal pain, you're having shortness of breath, you can't breathe, you're bruising everywhere. As soon as you start to just see random bruises all over, then you probably are starting to experience advanced signs and symptoms of dengue fever. We're probably going to admit you into the hospital, and we're probably going to do some IV therapy on you. And so, main thing is, if you think you have dengue fever, go see your physician. Don't take aspirin. Why not?
Yeah.
Why don't we take aspirin? Because it'll worsen the bleeding. Because aspirin thins your blood and lets you bleed more, and so the concept is don't take aspirin. So you should have some ibuprofen at your house, or maybe some Aleve, something that's non-steroidal, right? And then we hope you don't advance to that part, but definitely see your physician. Your symptoms can last anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, 5 days, up to 14 days usually. Hopefully you're resolved by then. Hopefully you're resolved within a week.
Yeah.
Because you've taken care of it.
Some of those symptoms, though, they sound like, like you said, it's a fever, but like a cold.
Yeah, a cold or a flu.
Yeah.
Right? And so a lot of times, sometimes your physician will accidentally confuse your symptoms with a flu. So we want to make sure that if you're there, well, first of all, you should get the flu shot. Right, so to prevent it, right, all the clinics are giving it. So you want to make sure that if you've seen a mosquito bite, or you know that maybe you've been bitten by a mosquito, that you're very honest with your physician, and you're saying to your physician, I don't think it's the flu, I really think that I have something else. And how do we confirm it? He's going to send you to a lab. The lab will draw your blood, and the lab will verify if the dengue fever is inside your circulatory system, and then he'll diagnose you with that. And that's how public health did the first case and the second case, right? They diagnosed it that way. So so by all means, if you think you have the flu, which it's going around, oh my gosh, it's really going around. Everybody's been having flu-like signs and symptoms, and so I get a little bit scared. I want to be like, I think you have the flu, but, and then my next step is, have you been bitten by any mosquitoes lately? Do you have any water dwellings around your home that might have mosquitoes? Is there a possibility that you've been bitten by? And every response I get back is, no, miss, I'm not, I didn't get bitten by a mosquito. It's probably the flu. Okay. But if the fever lasts for more than 1 or 2 days, you should probably just see your doctor and let him draw some blood and just make sure it's not dengue fever and it truly is the flu. Yeah.
All right. Well, is there any other, tips or any other information you think that people should know about dengue fever?
So, Bree sent me this beautiful flyer, so
It's
we're
from
going to
Public
read
Health.
it. It's from, is it from Public?
Yeah,
it
from
says
Public
CDC,
Health.
so I was like,
Yeah,
but our Public Health. So let me just go over real quick, because I think Public Health would appreciate that if we went over it. They feel the daytime is the most dangerous.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, I get bit at night. I don't get it. I thought that was a mistake.
Yeah.
When do you get mosquito bites?
It's usually whenever I'm out in the jungle doing something crazy for in the mix, or at night.
When I'm at the rosaries at night, I'm at the rosary, it's outside, we're under the tent, and I'm like, dang it, the teacher needs to hurry up, because I've already got 8 mosquito bites on my legs, 7. Teacher, hurry up. So
what you're saying is you're showing a lot of skin.
Because I know it's outside, and so I'm not gonna be Catholic outside. I'm gonna be Brie outside, right? So I don't know, but I'll be like, is the rosary outside or is it inside the house? If it's in the church, good. But when they go, the rosary's outside their house, man, yeah, it's gonna be so hot, right? And that is when I get my most mosquito bites, at the rosaries, at night. But public health says daytime is the most dangerous. So I believe you, public health. Public health wants you to use insect repellent. It needs to be DEET, or I don't even know how to pronounce all these fancy words. Picaridin or IR 3535 or eucalyptus.
Oil of lemon.
You know what? Nurse Jenn is all about herbal crap. So if I had to choose all of these, I would use oil of lemon eucalyptus. Does Vitamin World and GNC sell?
I hope so.
So
they're about to be sold out.
Yeah, I don't got a mama that lives in Vegas that can send me deets, okay? So I'm gonna just go to Vitamin World. All right, I'm gonna go to Vitamin World or I don't know GNC. Let me see if they have lemon. It clearly says lemon, right?
Yeah, oil of lemon eucalyptus.
And then PMD, right? And then we discussed this earlier to wear light colored long sleeve shirts and long pants. I had somebody say to me, so can I still wear my Zori? Lanya, dude, the mosquitoes are gonna bite your feet. So.
You know, that's a hard one because I am a Zori girl.
I am too. But Lanya, we're in a dengue fever crisis. No, not really. But like, I probably am not gonna wear Zori to the rosary tonight. I'm gonna just wear closed-toe shoes. And then mosquito-proof your home.
Yes.
They want you to get rid of any water dwellings around your home. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you, based on this podcast with Bree and I, are able to prevent anything from happening to you or your loved ones or your children.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that you guys are protected. No crisis, no emergency. We just want to make sure that you guys take care of yourselves because we care about our own peoples, right?
We do.
Yes.
So thank you so much for listening and watching.
Yes. Have a nice day. Bye.